Hello guys, and welcome to part 2 of the Battle of Kalisz 1706. So we have played the first two turns, that was turn 11 and 12 actually, in this chart, or this slide. So we are on turn 3 now. So we began with, the Swedish outnumbered, but still did an aggressive charge right on. And well, as you can see, they didn't really manage to take a good foothold on the hill where the Russians and Saxons were placed. Instead, they took quite a heavy casualties, and the Russian and Saxon artillery were really effective, firing down on the advancing Swedes. Also, we have seen the Russians and Saxons counterattacking or more pursuing after the battle. So we have a big battle happening in the lower sections here of the battlefield. The Russians and Saxons haven't really committed too much of the reserves yet. We have many units still waiting here to engage if needed. The Swedes will probably need to do that this turn. They have their reserve line here, as you can see. Probably they need to be engaged and committed the coming turn. On the flanks, we have seen, well, here we have the coalition having some success pushing back the Poles on the Swedish side. Here on the coalition right-hand flank. But on the other hand, here we are seeing the Potocki with his Wolochs pushing back actually the Poles on the on August side. But there's so many here, so it's gonna be tough to wade through here. Yeah, so that's basically it. I have done some thought of how we could do with the Swedes now to make things look a bit better. So let's see if the plan goes well, and we need a few good rolls as well on the coming battles to be successful. But let's see if we can do that. But first of all, we will get back 2 of the units that were dispersed last turn. So the plan is to strengthen the right-hand flank right now. So I will do this. I will take one of the light cavalries here. I need to put it adjacent to this leader, Potocki here, and it cannot be really in the zone of control. So the only way or where we can put it is here. So I'm going to put him here. So they will rally and reappear here in the village, Vies village here. And yeah, he will help out with the battle here, I guess. The other one that I will bring back is this unit of Marshal's cavalry, and he needs to be placed here. That's the only hex that is not a zone of control of the enemy, so he will be put here. So I will put in facing that direction because I will attack here with that guy. Let's see how that goes. So that's that. So then we have the Swedish artillery phase. We have one artillery unit left, but you can see it doesn't really have any good targets here. This guy is blocking him from firing, so we will not have any artillery fire. The other 2 were eliminated, so yeah, that's it. So right on to the movement phase then. So here's some stuff I'm gonna do. These guys will disengage. They are a bit too deep in enemy territory and they are in a weak state, so I will back off here. You can do that by moving 1 step backwards from an enemy zone of control using all your movement points. I'm not sure though if these guys, where he disengaged from, could do a counter charge. I'm not sure. Well, this is movement, and he moves into the counter charge hex, so I believe it could be done. So let's do that. Zabrowski will countercharge. So we will first see a fire from here, 1 point fire. That's for sure a miss. Then these guys will attack. It's 2 to 1, but since it's 1 less of a morale, it's 1 to 1. And we roll pretty bad for the Saxons, or the Polish here on the Saxon side. So we got an 11 on 1 to 1. That is, well, they need first to retreat 1, and then it's an R. So they need to hold on. 11 on 1 to 1. It's only an, let's see, R is, here R is saying that they also take a hit. So I guess this needs to take a hit and then it gets dispersed. Let's do it like this. So that was actually a good one. So these guys are now again attacking since the battle they are pursuing here. So they got back where they came from actually, but with a, well, they lured the Polish to follow them, and then they kind of countercharge. We're also gonna do it back off from here. This is bad terrain to be in with cavalry, so I will back off with that. There's no one who can charge them. Here then, well, I think we're gonna need to attack these guys. So I'm gonna start moving up Krasow. Now we could countercharge from here, since these guys are not in enemy stock. And I think we're gonna do that because we will see more Swedes coming in, so we're gonna countercharge. So we're first gonna fire with the Russians. We have 2 points of cavalry fire. That's a 6, that's for sure a miss. The Swedes will fire back, that's infantry fire, 2 points. An 8, that could be a hit actually. Yes, it is. That's a hit. So one of these guys are actually now eliminated, the first loss of this turn. And then we have the attack. So these guys are counted doubled since they're attacking infantry. So that would be 2 points against 2. No morale shift. But we have Krasov here, so it's actually 1 to 2. Bad odds for the Russians there. But they rolled amazing. So 1 to 2. It's a B1 and a 1 step loss. Excellent. So these guys took a hit and need to retreat 1. This means these guys will now follow. Okay, so these guys now need some help from the pikemen who will rush forward like that for the upcoming combat. How things looking here? Do you want to back off, or if you back off, they would counter charge up here. Otherwise, we need to attack. Well, okay, we have an artillery piece here. Let's put that on top. Should be, these guys can fire twice, that Ingermanlandsky unit here. So if I would disengage, they would probably countercharge me. If I stay, we attack here. There's no real difference. The only thing, we are maybe a bit too deep in enemy territory here. Yeah, so I'm gonna disengage. These guys will countercharge because I can fire twice, and the Swedish cannot fire at all. So with a bit of luck, we can get at least one of those units. So 2 points of cavalry fire, and we fire twice. Here's 7. 2 points. No, we need a 9. Second fire is a miss as well. Then we need to charge. We are on the same level though, but these guys have better morale. So we have 2 against 2, but then it's 1 against 2 because of the morale. And we rolled a 6. 1 against 2 and a 6. The attacker takes a hit, and Why? That's a odd one. There's just a dash there. I think that's no effect really. So only one hit on the attacker here, and that's it. That's good for us. The Pomorsky here, I think they want to disengage as well. I can shoot, you know, let's see, we can even countercharge. Let's see first if the defensive fire or opportunity fire there succeeds. 2 hexes away and 2 strength, light artillery. Light artillery, 2 away and 8. That's a hit. So I will remove the Swedish artillery. Now we could also charge them. That would be an uphill attack. Let's see what we have. We would have Menshikov with us, which would shift the battle in our favor. So that's not bad. Let me see now. That would be... This would double, you know. So it's 2 to 1, 3 to 1 of Menshikov, and then 2 to 1 because we are attacking uphill. So it's maybe a good odds. Let's do it. We're gonna countercharge here with Menshikov. So first we see some fire, cavalry fire first. 8, 2 points. That's a miss. The infantry will fire back. Pomorsky, 2 points. Oh, an 8. That's a hit. Ah, crap. Okay, let's see if Menshikov survived that fire. He did. So now we need to attack. But now it's going to be a 1-to-1, I guess. So we double these guys. It's 2 points and 2 points in the defense. So that's 1 against 1. Then there's no morale difference. But we are attacking uphill, so it's 1-to-2. But then Menshikov will even it out to 1-to-1. And we're all pretty bad. 10 is a... no, sorry, here we go. 10 is a step loss and retreat. We only have 1 step, so these guys die. We need to check Menshikov again. He's good. So he will now relocate to this unit here. Okay. What else then? I think these guys need to be attacked. So we send in these guys. We have some more cavalry coming in. Yeah. Mardefeld himself, the army leader, will attack. Here we will also engage. He's looking good. Here I guess we need to attack. Even though we are less in morale, but we have fire capability with which Boist dragoons, or sorry, Boist cuirassiers don't have. So with a bit of luck, we might get a hit on them. These guys will move 1 hex forward to join in the attack on these guys, and these guys need to engage here. Otherwise, these guys could get through my lines and attack me in the rear somewhere. I don't want to see that. So this unit that we just brought in from this track will engage the Laib regiment and some Polish hussars or whatever these guys are. They could be Pancerni or something else as well. I'm not really sure. Looks like they're a bit armored, yes. These guys then, I think I might need to disengage here as well. I'm only 1 point, so if I do that, I will for sure get countercharged. Otherwise, I need to attack. Yeah, I need to disengage. So these guys will countercharge, both of them. So you're going to see some fire. We have 3 points of cavalry fire coming in first. That's a 4. That's for sure a miss. The Swedes will fire back with 1 point. 7, I don't think that's an hit, no. Then we attack. 3 against 1. There's no moral difference, but we have this guy here, Marshalk. So he will bring it to 2-1 for the Saxons. And they rolled an 8. And that's a no effect. So kind of a successful withdrawal here for the Swedish. I think we're done with movement phase, so let's go over to the combat phase. And this time let's start from this end. So we start here. This is a really important carbine fire. We need to get that hit or we will attack in less favorable odds. So yeah, 2 points attacking and we rolled like crap. So we need to attack here now. 2 points against 2, that's 1-1. But these guys have a better morale. So it's a 1 against 2 in odds. And we rolled really crappy then. This would have been better if with a carbine fire, right? Then we need to roll high, but now we need to roll low and then we roll high, of course. So what did I say? 1-2 in odds and we rolled a 10. That's a hit and a retreat. These guys will follow. And we need to check if these guys are dispersed since it's only 8. No, it's a 8 morale, so they won't need to do that. Then we attack here. We have no fire to do, so it's 2 points against 1. No morale difference. 10. That would be an hit on the attacker. Oh crap. So the guy that came in just died. Okay. Then we have this attack to do. 2 against 2, no fire. And no morale difference and no leadership modifications. So plain 1 against 1. That's an 8. Meaning another hit on the attacker. Not going too well now. We need to check the Potocki state then. He's good though. No retreat done. But looking a bit bad now for the Swedes here on the flank. I was hoping for some good rolls here so we could overturn this flank, but that's not gonna happen. We have one more flank attack here to do. The Swedes have some fire to do. Again, important to roll high now. These dragoon units will fire with 2 points, and then we roll low, and then we attack 2 against 2. But since these guys have a better morale, we are attacking 1 against 2. 7. Attacker retreat 1. So we need to get back, and these guys will follow. Okay, so these guys then, they need to attack here now. It's bad enough. So is there any fire? Yes, we have 1 point of cavalry fire for the Swedes. We fired these guys because these guys are uphill, so that will be a lesser chance to hit. So let's fire at the guys on the same level. 1 point. 9. Here's the cavalry. No, we need a 10. Then these guys fire back with 3 points. 7. That's also a miss. And then we need to attack with the Swedes. So we have 1 against 3, 1 against 4 because we have higher ground here. But then it's down to 1 against 3 again because of the leader. And we roll high. 8. This doesn't sound good. So attacker 1 and then an R. So these guys are actually dead. And he needs to relocate. So he just goes to the next one here. And we're gonna follow with these guys. Oh, this Swedish right flank is really crumbling now. Let's see if they fare better in the center. So here, let's see how we're gonna attack here. Here. maybe these two together, and then these here, these two against those, here, 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 and here. Okay, so here we have a 1 against 1. So the infantry will fire first with 2 points. Seems got some high results coming in. 2 points, infantry fire, and 9. That's a hit. So we actually eliminate one of the boys' cuirassier units, and we can gain ground of fire. Then we have these two attacking the next heavy cavalry. So we have some fire to do. Again, 2 points. Again, 9. That's a hit, of course. That's really good for us. And then we need to do the attack. So we have 3 points against 1. We both have units with 9 morale, so no difference there. So it's 3-1 for the Swedes. And we roll a 7. B1, so these guys need to retreat. They don't have any place to retreat. That's in the zone of control of these guys. Actually, they can retreat here, but that's also in the zone of control. So they are dead. And let's bring these guys forward. Then we have an attack here to do. That's a plain cavalry fight, but we have 2 points against 1, and then 3-1 thanks to Horn, the leader there. 3-1 and a 5. That sounds good for the Swedes. So 1 hit on the Saxons and 2 retreat hexes. But they only have 1 step, so it's eliminated. And we gain ground. Oh, the center looks better for the Swedes, but this flank is pretty much over. Next then, let's see now. It's gonna be only these guys against those. First we do a full volley from the Pomorsky battalion here, firing at the Smolensky dragoons. They miss. The dragoons fire back with 1 point. They rolled a 9. No, that's a miss. So then we attack 2-1. No other modifiers. Oh, that was bad. Attacker takes a hit and needs to retreat. Oh, Pomorsky, what are you doing? Okay, next one. Here we go. We have some fire to do. We have 4 points of Swedish carbine fire to do. Oh, that's for sure a hit. Let's see now. Cavalry, 4 points. It's an R. So that guy will take a hit and be dispersed. But they will first fire back, and they fire here because that's not on the higher ground. So that's 2 points. That's a 7. Miss. These guys can fire twice. So a second fire. 7, also a miss. Then these guys take a hit and end up here. They only have 1 slot left, so it's gonna be a bit critical. Okay, so there were no battle happening there. Let's put these guys in. Next battle location is here. We have 2 points of Swedish heavy cavalry attacking against Ingermanlandsky dragoons. The Swedes cannot fire, but these guys will fire twice with 1 point. First fire, 7. That's not the hit. They would need a 10. And the second one is a 9, so that's a miss as well. So then we can charge. So that would be 2 against 1 and a better morale, so it's 3 against 1 for the Swedes. And we rolled a 9. No effect. The Ingermanlandsky's elite, they are holding the ground. Okay, here then. We have infantry fire first for 1 point. 7. Miss. These guys will fire back with 1 on the cavalry table. That's a 9, and I think we need a 10. Yes, so no hits there. Then we attack. That's 4 points against 1. No moral difference, but we have Krasau with us, so it's gonna be 5 1 in odds. 11. Attacker takes a hit and defender needs to retreat. Oh my. So let's do those the pikemen, and then these guys retreat and these guys follow. So now I think we need to check the morale, since it's it's actually an 8 morale guy, so he doesn't need to check since he only retreated 1 hex. Next battle is here. It's an plain 1 against 1 light cavalry fight. 11 doesn't sound good. So the attacker needs to retreat 1 hex. He can do that, and then he takes a hit and is dispersed. Next attack, same thing. And there we rolled a 6 on a 1-to-1, no effect. So that's it. That's how it looks after the Swedish turn. So I will now take a minute to think about what I'm going to do with the Saxons and Russians, and then we'll see how it goes. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, so we'll start with checking which of these we will get back. I will take the Kalinowski Polish cavalry, and I will take some Russian dragoons back from those that track. And these guys I will place here, and Kalinowski, he belongs to this flank, so he will be placed adjacent to his leader. And then we'll see what we're gonna do. So here I imagine we'll do, here I will, it's first actually the artillery phase. So start with the Saxon artillery, firing at these guys' horns with the Northern Scanian cavalry there, 2 hexes away. And they rolled a 6. 2 and 2 hexes away, that's a miss. This one will fire at Müller and the Pomorsky dragoons. 2 points, 2 hexes away. That's a double 6. Very good hit. 2 points, 2 hexes away. That's an R result. So these guys are take a hit and then ends up here. And we're gonna check if Müller got a cannonball. No. So he now relocates to the Pomorsky. Okay, then we have these guys, and they will fire at the Pomorsky there where Müller just went. Another 2 points. Oh, 10. Good rolls now. That's also an R result. Oh, what a good artillery rolls now. So these guys take a hit and are dispersed. Müller needs to once again relocate, so he goes here. Okay. That was the artillery phase. Now we go to the movement phase. So these guys would need some help, but it's not critical. Let's try to get these guys first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, here we have 2 points, and we have now 4 points attacking. That should do. Let's move up some of the reserves now. It's time to engage the Swedes here. We don't have any good place to be, so 1, 2. We could do a counter charge here. Yeah, Horn gonna do it. So we don't have any fire from the Swedes, but we got some from the Milkau Dragoons. 2 points. 6, that's a miss. Then we attack. It's 2 against 3, since these guys defend with 1 point. 2 against 3, so it's 1-2. But then we have a morale edge for the Swedes, so it's 1-1. And then Horn, 2-1. 8. No effect. Okay, too bad. So we need to engage Horn now with more troops. So let's get in Brandt as well. August will still act as a bit of a last reserve with his Brandenburger dragoons here. How about these guys? Well, it's a kind of a tough. We just try to hold on the artillery here against Mardefeld. These guys will move up here. These guys will move up here. And Menshikov will take his new dragoons here and attack. Here then, let's try to get those guys away. And here we have some more Russian reserves. Here is not a good position for us to be, so we're gonna disengage. Since we can. And I think that's all the movement we're gonna do. So let's get back to the battles. Yeah, let's once again start from here. So here's the first battle we're gonna do. We now are getting in some reinforcements here. So we actually have 4 points against 1 against the Swedes, or the Potocki, the Polish. So 4 against 1, and no other modifiers. No. 7. B2. These guys need to retreat 2 hexes. They need to go 1 and 2. And 2 hexes for a 7 morale unit. It's 1 to 2 to be dispersed. He is actually. So these guys will now relocate here. And here we have another battle, 1 against 1. Oh, we need to take ground. Let's do it with Sinavsky. A plain 1 against 1. 4. Another B1. Ah, hold on. Since they had the leader with them, they don't end up here, actually. They are immune against dispersion, so they will end up here. So these guys need to retreat 1. They can go straight backwards. It's not in the zone of control, so we go there. Then we have these guys. Oh, by the way, then these guys need to go here as well. Here then, the Swedes may fire with 1 point. And they rolled pretty good. 1 point of cavalry fire and an 11 is a hit. All right. Some good news from this flank for the Swedes. So now it's 1 against 1, but we have a better morale, so it's 2 to 1 in Saxon favor, and that's a 5 good roll. B1. Retreat, but it's an 8 morale unit, so then don't need to check the morale. Here then, we have 2 points of Saxon carbine fire, a miss. Then the Swedes fire back with 2 against these guys. 9. 2 points cavalry fire and a 9. That's a hit. So you get a hit on the Brandenburger dragoons here. And then they charge. They have 3 points against 2. So it's 2 to, no, it's 1 to 1 actually. Thanks to the hit they got from the fire, they dropped from 2 to 1 to 1 to 1 actually. And now, since they have the leader here as well, it's, oh, I forgot about one thing. We should also attach this one now to the Saxon attacks. Well, I forgot about that, so we would have battled with one more, better table here. Let's see if we can find out how that would be. This is 4 against 1 we have here, so that would be actually a 5 against 1, and we got a B2, so I think we rolled a 4. So 5 to 1, or maybe it was a 5 actually, yeah, so it would be a B2 anyway. So the same result here. Here we had 2 to 1, which would actually have been... No, this took a hit. So it was 1 to 1, 2 to 1 for the morale, but 3 to 1 thanks to the kind of the army morale. So they retreated 1 hex, I believe. Oh, maybe that was a 6 then. Oh, let's keep it as it is then. And we don't care about that one, I don't remember. So, but we're gonna adjust it from this battle and on. So we have 3 points and 2 points. So it's 1 to 1. How about morale? We have 1 better on the Saxon side. So it's 2 to 1. And then we have 3 to 1. But this guy takes it down to 2 to 1. Oh, a good roll. 2 to 1 and double ones is a B2. These guys need to retreat 2 hexes. 1, 2. They don't care about... Ah, they need to check if that leader survived. Yeah, he did, so these don't need to do a morale check. And we will follow with these guys. Swedes are pressed back here now, and Potocki is really isolated. He had some Volocks here still fighting, but looks a bit bad. Here then, you got first a fire from the dragoons. Miss. The Swedes will fire back with 1 point of infantry fire. 10. That's a hit. So these guys got actually eliminated. And these guys can advance. No battles here. Here we have 1 battle. And we're gonna do some fire as well. So we fire 1 time with 4 points. That's a 7. 4 points and 7, that's a hit. So 1 of these guys go down. Then we will still fire once with 2 points as well. 7 with 2 points is not a hit. And then we can attack. So we have 4 points against 1. 5 to 1 thanks to that. 6 to 1 thanks to that. But it drops down to 5 to 1 since the Swedes still have better morale. Oh, Müller is here. What did I say? 6 to 1, 5 to 1, 4 to 1. Oh, bad roll from the Saxons or the Russians. 4 to 1 and a double 6 is 1 hit each. Well, these guys got eliminated. Müller needs to relocate once more. But these guys take a hit as well, so let's take it with these guys. What's a dog doing here now? Ah, he's destroying my floor actually. Hey. Okay. That's that. We have a battle here to do as well. This really has a great impact. So here we have a Swedish fire to do, and we fire against the leader units. 1 point of cavalry fire. That's a 9. I think we need a 10. Yes. So no hits from the Swedes, the Bremish dragoons there. So we have 4 points against 1. 4 to 1. 5 to 1. But it drops to 4 to 1 since the Swedes have better morale. 5. Sounds good for the Saxons or the Polish. That's 2 retreats. 1, no, he cannot go there. He can go, no, he has no place to go. He's eliminated. Last battle. 4 points against 2. We have no fire to do here. So it's 2 to 1, 3 to 1 thanks to the morale. Oh, we're gonna flip that to the Saxon side actually. So 5 to... No, sorry. 2 to 1, 3 to 1. 7. B1. Still pushing back the Swedes or the Polish here on the flank. So let's go here. And that's it for turn 3. Okay, I'm sure it will not last 10 turns, that's for sure. I think the Swedes will crumble just by the mass of the enemies coming in here now. There are so many. So we'll see. But we're going to do some adjustments for the next turn. Turn 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dead Saxons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we have also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, well, the same. 6 here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are back on the 1 edge for the Saxons in their attacks. By the way, I think I didn't talk about victory conditions yet, which is funny. But basically you get 1 point for each enemy unit destroyed, and you get, I think it was 6 points for any leaders eliminated. And right now it looks pretty good for this coalition side, I would say. But the Swedes go next, and we are in the turn 4. So let's see. I'm gonna check the situation and see what we can do. Right back. Okay, so for turn 4, first of all, we're gonna get back 3 units. I'm gonna take the Kruger Grenadier Battalion, Pomorsky Pikemen, and let's take back some Dragoons. So 2 will still stay here. Pomorsky Dragoons, I think they were all over here, yes. So the Pomorskys will set up close to Mardefeld, but Krüger will be close to this guy, Marshalak. So I will put him here. These guys, I will use them in a attempt to take the hill once more. Let's put them here to stack together. And for artillery phase, we don't have any for the Swedes, since all artillery are eliminated already. So onwards to movement phase then. So here we have pretty much an even fight. Let's hope we are lucky. Krieger Grenadiers will take 1 step forward to assist in one of these battles. Not sure which one. Maybe we should attack here to try to free up that guy as well, and hope these guys stand their ground. Here then, we have Horn up here on the hill with some cavalry. He needs to fight 2 units if he stays. That's harsh, so I think we would need to march forward. We have some pesky artillery here, which is a bit of a problem. But we need to assist Horn now. So 1, now this artillery will fire on the 2 hex range. That's for sure a miss. 2, 3. Now we can fire on the 1 hex range as well. And that's a 6. It's 2 in strength points and a 6. It's a miss. These guys were lucky. So that guy has now fired in the 3 and 2 hex range. No, 1 hex and 2 hex range actually is the correct one. It has still the 3 hex, but now it's blocked for the these guys is blocking their line of sight now. So we continue here, attacking here. We have one guy here who haven't any assignment really. These are 2 points in strength. Could push them in here. 1, 2, and 3. That's good. We get some more power to our attacks. So now these guys can for sure assist in this battle, and these guys can assist in this battle. That's good. Looking good. So I think these guys were like that. Then here comes a difficult one. We need to try to get that hill. So we go 1, 1. Now these guys can fire on the 2 hex range. 9. A bit afraid of that result. 2 hex range, 2 in strength, 9. That's a hit. So which should we remove? Let's take the infantry off. And then they come here. By the way, this has now fired on 2 hex range. And then Mardefelt with his Pomorsky Dragoons will also go here. And this will fire on a 1 hex range. Oh man. 10, that's an R result. They will not get dispersed since we have the leader, but they will take a hit. I mean, if the leader is survived, of course. Yeah, he did. So that's how this ended. So he has no fire on 1 hex range. Okay, they will not have that much more fire to do. Here, we don't want to fight it out here, so we need to back off 1 hex still. Here then, what on earth shall we do? Here we have 2 points against 2 points. I mean, this guy would attack. No, it's actually good. He's on the same level here. Yeah, let's keep him there then. It will not change anything really, but he doesn't need to back. Here then, we have a chance to attack these guys in the rear, but if we move here, we're gonna get countercharged. That sucks. We can't really do that either. If we move at that direction, these guys will countercharge me. So we are a bit in a bad position here. That's for sure. But maybe we can do something anyway. One, 2. I will attack here. These guys will just go 1, 2. To try to keep. Maybe just. No, let's go here. Just to fend off any guys from coming from that direction. I think that was all movement actually. Yep. So you can remove the artillery tokens. By the way, these artillery could have fired here, I see now. So let's do that. That's a 2 hex range, 4, that's a miss. Okay. So now for some important rolls, that's for sure. So here we got an attack 1 against 1. No modifiers. 7. Both sides take a hit, meaning both are eliminated. Okay, a big gap just opened up there on the flank. I think these guys are happy about that. They can go in somewhere. I think these guys might be in a real trouble in the Saxon turn. Here then, we have 2 guys who will attack. We're gonna fire first. Let's take the infantry fire first. 1 point. That's a 9. 1 point and a 9. That's a hit. So we actually got this guy, and these guys will gain ground. Good work by the Grenadiers. Another attack. We have some dragoons here who will fire. Was it 2 points? Yeah, actually it is. Pretty good. 2 points. Dragoon fire 6. I think that's a miss. Yep. Then we need to attack. So we have 3 points against 2. That's 1 against 1. We have better morale on these guys, so it's 1 against 2. No, we have a same morale guy here, so it's still 1 against 1. And then we have Marshalk, who will boost it up to a 2-1 odds here. And that's a good roll. 2-1 and a 3. B2. These guys needs to retreat 2 hexes. 1, 2. And these guys will pursue. These are 9 and these are 7. Let's see now. 2 hexes for the 9 morale guy. On a 1 he will be dispersed. No. And the 7 morale guy, it's a 1 or 2. No. Both sides stays and retreat in order. Okay, then we have an attack to do here. These guys have already battled. So these guys will now fire at the Brandenburger Dragoons. That's a miss. They will fire back with 1 strength point. Also a miss. Then we attack. It's 2 to 1 and nothing else. 10. That would be an attacker hit. Okay, bad for the Swedes. We have... Let's see now. One of these guys need to attack 2 units. Wow. That sucks really hard. I think we'll try a 1 against 1 here then. We fire first. 2 points uphill, so it's -1, so it's an 8. 2 points and an 8. That's actually a hit, so we destroy those guys. They fire back with 1 point. A miss. So we go up here. We can change. Let's keep the... Let's put it that way then. Okay, so the Milkau Dragoons are a casualty. Now comes a difficult one. These guys need to attack both these units. These guys will fire first. It's 4 points of carbine. And that's a 7, meaning a hit. We need to check the leader. Oh, he's good, but barely. Okay, so it's 1 against 5. We have a better morale on the Swedes. So it's 1 against 4. And these guys, the leaders, take each other out. So it's 1 against 4. We really need to roll a low result now for the Swedes. We rolled a 9. That's a hit and a 2. So these guys go down, and these guys need to relocate to the... Here's the closest one. So Horn will now be here. Did I check little loss? Yeah, he's okay. So that situation, these guys have now swept all the defenses off that hill, but we have some infantry still trying to get up here on the flank. Here we have a big attack coming in. Let's see now. For the attackers, we have 2 points of cavalry fire, -1. That's a miss. And here we can fire twice with 2 points. First, oh, by the way, we try to hit... Let's hit in the center. Second fire, also a miss. So then we go to the battle. We have 4 points against 3 points. So that's a 1 to 1. We got uphill, so it's 1 to 2, but the leader gives us the odds back to 1 to 1. There's the dice. 6, I think that's a no effect. Yep. Okay, bad for the Swedes because now they will get hit by artillery fire once more. We have an attack here. 2 points against 2, so it's 1 to 1, but we have a better morale as the Swedes, so it's 2 to 1 and 3 to 1 thanks to Müller. 3 to 1 and a 5. That's a good. It's a hit and B2. They take a hit and need to retreat to hexes. These guys go here. And 2 hexes and a 7 morale will be a 1 or 2 to get it dispersed. It was dispersed. One more battle to do. These guys, 3 points against 2. So it's 1-to-1 and there's no moral differences or anything else. So it's a basic 1-to-1. 3. Oh, good one. A hit and a B1. So these guys take a hit and need to go. Oh, they don't have anywhere to go. So they're actually eliminated. We are having sort of control. Thanks to Müller's good attack, they were now have a talk around these guys. So Sapiehis are now again gaining some terrain here. All right, interesting this flank thing here. It's more even than over here, but yeah, this is still a bit exciting, but I'm afraid it will look really bad for the Swedes after the next I was to say Commonwealth turn, but I mean coalition turn. So I'm gonna just check out what I'm gonna do and then get back to it. Just a sec. Okay guys, so we're gonna get back 2 units from the dispersed tracker. Smigielski, who will be on this flank, he will deploy here, and Soborovsky, who will be in this flank, let's put him here. Or hold on, yeah, this is infantry, so they cannot do any charge against me, so let's put it there. Let's see now, we'll see if we can redo history here and start to pocketing some Swedish units. I will do some rear attacks here. 1, 2, 3. Bring these guys with us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here we will engage with those guys. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4 and 5. Now these guys are free, so we can go in. Oh, sorry, I forgot that one thing. It's actually the artillery phase first. We're gonna fire with all the artillery. So here we can fire at nothing because we are pinned kind of because of these guys. So we cannot fire at those guys, and we cannot fire at those guys because we must trace our first hex right in front of us. But these guys can fire now here with, yeah, on the 1 hex table, and that's for sure a hit. 10. Yeah, that's even an R, but these guys are just destroyed. We're gonna check Mardefelt. He's good, so he relocates to these. Let's go to the Pomorsky here. These guys will fire on a 2 hex range against that pike unit. 7. Miss. Okay, now continue with the movement phase. So we want to hit these guys in the rear, of course, with the Russians here. And we're gonna bring forward some more troops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3, 4, and 5. I'm gonna hit those guys in the rear as well. We have still 1 to do. Let's just add to the odds. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are pocketing these guys now. I'm planning to do the same thing here with the Saxons. Now we're gonna commit our last reserves. We would need to hit. It would be nice to get these hit on those guys in the rear. We can do that with August himself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then these guys will attack that one. 1, 2, and then we get the rear attack. Really nice. These guys will not move at all, I think, or maybe they're just gonna relocate themselves there. We're gonna do some attacks here as well against Marshalk. 1, 2. These guys will take a step forward, and this one let's help out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Like that. Let's see how it looks after this turn. I mean, it might even be over. Let's see. So here we got the first attack. The Swedes can though fire, and they fire against... Let's try to take out that guy with a 9 morale. Or maybe they can choose who to take it, so they will of course take that one. Okay, let's try to hit at this stack anyway. That's a 10, I think that would be a hit. Cavalry, 2 points, yeah, a hit. So we're gonna take one of these away, so they choose these Polish unit. And then we attack. So it's 3 points against 2, so it's 1-1. We have better morale as the Saxons, so it's 2-1, but they have a leader, so it's still a 1-1. Too bad we got that hit. That's a 5, quite good roll though. So B1, pushing them back. Let's take these ones. Here then, I will just, with these guys, I will just attack here. So we can fire with 1 point. That's an 8, miss. Then we attack 2-1, but they have better morale, so it's a 1-1. Oh, 10. A1 and 1. That was bad. We take a hit. Let's take it from the poles, and then we need to go back 1. And these guys will actually take some that ground. So the Swedes are fighting well here. Then we have this attack against these guys in the rear. So these guys can fire. 2 points. That's a 7. I think that's a miss. Yep. These guys cannot fire since it's in the rear hex. So we're gonna attack 2-1. Morale is the same. The leaders takes each other out, but then I attack in the rear, so it's 3-1. 9. Not a good roll though. No effect. Oh. Then we have an attack here, where we get some fire to do first. We're gonna fire with 4 points of cavalry. Actually, these guys will fire separately because they have a -1. So 2 points first, and then 2 points, -1. No hits. These guys can fire back. 2 points of infantry fire, a 6. Here we go. It's a miss. So then we attack. We double our strength since we are cavalry against infantry. So we have 8 against 2. That's 4-1. 4-1. We are attacking uphill, so it's 3-1. Morale is the same, so it's 3-1, I believe. No, then we attack in the rear, so it's 4-1 again. Hold on, this is only worth 1 point since we attack in the rear. Let's recalc this. So we have 8 points doubled. So it's 8-1. Okay, it's gonna be a 4-1. That's the maximum. No, sorry, 8-1, 7-1 for the uphill, but then back to 8-1 because we are attacking in the rear. Okay, 8-1. Oh my, those Swedes are so dead. 6. B3. And these guys cannot retreat anywhere, so they're dead. And these guys will take ground. Yet one more attack in the rear. Brandt is attacking there. He's... Or did I do that already? Hold on. I think I did that already. That battle. It was a no effect, right? Then we have... Here we got attack. Poor Swedish Dragoons. That would be first a fire with 3 points and then a fire with 2 points. 3 points, that's a 7. Miss, and then one with 2 points. 7, that's also a miss. These guys can fire back with 1 point. That would be actually a -1, I recognize now, but anyway, there's a miss anyway. And the Swedes miss as well, so let's see now what we have. 3 points. So 3-1. 4-1 because we attack in the rear. Leaders take each other out, but it's uphill, so it's 3-1 and no morale. So I guess we're back to 3-1. 6. B1. So the defender needs to retreat, and they cannot. So we are dead. And actually leaders can ignore sort of controls, but this would actually be dead, I think, since this is, I mean, it's more of the, in the movement phase they can ignore. I think in the battle they are doomed. So the Swedish, like in history, the Swedish main commander is taken prisoner. Catastrophe. And let's take ground here. We have yet another attack to do. So we have, oh my, it's 4, 5, 6 points of Dragoon fire first. That's a 4. Ah, okay, we need to do it first with a 4. And then we split it to another 2. There's an 8. Here we go. 8, that's a miss. And then we still have a 2 point since those can fire twice. Another 8, so it's a miss. Then we have the attack. Infantry. So we hit double. 4, 5, 6. It's 12 points against 2, so it's 6-1. 6-1. These are only worth 1 point, you know. 7-1 for a rear attack. No morale. So 7-1. And we rolled a 9. B2. We cannot retreat. We are dead. These guys take the ground. Here, another rear attack. And we have a 1 point fire also. Nothing. Then we attack. We double. 2. So it's 4 points against 1. 5-1 because of the rear attack, but 4-1 since we have a leader on the Swedish side. 5-1 and 8. B2. Actually, these guys can retreat 2 hexes and they have a leader, so if he survives, you don't need to do any morale check. Okay. So these guys follow. Here. Okay, they have a leader now, so it's actually 1-2. No, we double. It's infantry. It's 2-1, but it's 1-1 thanks to they have a leader. 7. Both sides take a hit. So we flip these guys, and these guys don't have any flipped sides. It's already flipped. So we're gonna check Müller. He's good. So he needs to go to this Volok unit here. We have yet one last battle to do, and that's a plain 1-1-8. Attacker takes a hit. So we're gonna check the Polish leader. He's okay. And that's all. So that was the end of turn 14. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we would move these 2 steps forward towards the coalition victory. And I think at this point I will give up as the Swedish player. I don't have any chance anymore. These guys will be, you know, it's 2 1-point units. Okay, we will get 1 unit back from this list, but hey, it won't do anything. Maybe they could battle for a turn on this flank, but the Russians will now move towards that side. At least half of them. The other half can engage with these guys, and it's pretty much over. So the Swedes pretty much have to give up at this point. They don't have many healthy units. Here we have 1 health, 2 strength, and here's some light cavalry. That's all. So we played for 4 turns, and that's enough. We have, I think we have quite a big victory for the. We can count the victory points at this point just to see how it is. So the Swedish have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 victory points. The Saxon player has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and a leader, so 26 points. And there's no way the Swedish can counter that. So it's done. Okay. Well, I have to say, out of all the scenarios for this game, I like this one most. This one was maybe playing most like in history, in my view. Okay, I don't know that much about the Poniets and Tilevice battles, really. Fraustadt I have some knowledge of, but that was just... that was so... I mean, at least my game was really ahistorical, so I didn't really like that. But this was close, pretty fun. At least if you play it like in history, that even though the Swedish are weaker in numbers, they still are aggressive and go on the attack. Okay, this uphill fight in the beginning is really hard. And they're gonna lose a lot because of the artillery fire coming from the hill and all that. But that was what happened also in reality, so that's why I think it's really cool. And you know, in the end, the Russians and Saxons just envelop in the center, and the flanks just fighting it out. And slowly but surely, the Polish on the Swedish side are wearing out on the flanks and will rout eventually. I mean, we have 1 unit left of those guys. Here we have 2, so they are soon done. So in history, so they would actually retreat back here to the wagon lager. So again, out of the scenarios, this was really cool actually. I don't know if the Swedish have a real chance to win. I don't know. I mean, if we have been taking a more defensive posture just here and wait for these guys to attack, maybe it would have been a more an even fight. I mean, if the Swedish could have gotten the first artillery barrage against the advancing coalition troops, and maybe that would have happened in history if the Swedes hadn't attacked that aggressively that they did historically. Probably these guys would have started to move forward, because I think Menshikov and the guys really felt that they had enough power. And in history, Peter the Great was really grateful for Menshikov, because this was his first real victory against Swedes on the field. So yeah, he would become a great general. So That was cool. So it could be worth replaying this and just putting up the Swedes on this hill here and waiting for these guys to attack. That would be more of an even fight, I believe. I also have to say, if I remember correctly, from the first turn, or it's actually the second turn when the Swedes really did their first attack, we rolled really badly for them and rolled good for the coalition rolls. So the Swedes maybe did die a bit more and didn't inflict that much casualties that could have happened if we had rolled a bit more evenly. And that could have a bit different look at it. But in the end, the coalition numbers will just take its toll against the Swedish effort. They're just wearing out and getting tired and starting to rout eventually. Okay, that's it. A small verdict here in the end as well. So, yeah, all in all, I would perhaps give this game... Before this, I might have said 5 out of 10, perhaps. But due to this, thanks to this scenario, I could put it one step higher, so maybe a 6 out of 10. What bugs me is that I don't really get the periodic feeling when playing it. Except this scenario, I got quite good feeling for it, but there's just some stuff that I don't like, but there are things I really like. I really like this thing. Oh, by the way, I forgot to add even the odds bonus. Do you remember? We should have... The Saxons and Russians should have actually one more shift in their favor in their attacks. Oh, I forgot about that. But still, they just wiped out the Swedish, so I didn't really have to apply that. But probably there would have been even more dead Swedes on Poles here. Probably so. Yeah, taking that into account, it was an even more decisive victory for these guys. Yeah, what I wanted to say is I like this thing. I have liked that throughout all the scenarios, that when the battle swings too much in one direction, it affects their attack capability. And I like that. That's cool. That's one of the nicest things with this system, I believe. That's a good work. Yeah, there is an English rulebook as well online in PDF, but it's honestly kind of badly written. So if they would rewrite this in a more proper way, I would appreciate that for sure, and that would give me I would perhaps invest in some other game. I mean, there are lots of games in this series, the Hussar system. Yeah, let's see if there is any info about that. Husaria system, yeah, as you can see, there are other games here featured in the back of the box here. All right, I think that's all. So I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna play more Great Northern War games. I'm not sure what I'm gonna pick up next, but let's see about that eventually. So thank you guys for joining and watching these. Let me know if you have any comments and thoughts about this system or game, or if you saw something that I played wrong or anything. Please let me know. And otherwise, thanks again and see you next time. Bye for now.